Hello, and welcome back to our exploration of the skipped over, unmarked, and forgotten details, places, and stories in Skyrim. Today's travels take us to the hold of Eastmarch, the proud center of the Stormcloak Rebellion. Today we will explore tragedy, dark magic, ancient ruins, and unfortunate accidents. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy so I know to keep making these. And anyway, let's get to our first. For our first find, let's focus on those ancient ruins, Dwarven ruins to be exact. If we head to the ruins of Mzulft during the College of Winterhold questline, we will end up exiting the ruins here. However, if you were to head above these ruins, which realistically most people never would, we can see the roof of this nearby tower looks very much like the Dwemer mechanisms we have to interact with to do things like gaining access to Elder Scrolls. Interestingly, on this side of the roof, we see bright blue gemstones embedded into the stonework. This would most likely be Ethereum. Perhaps much like the aliens of Cyrodiil, the Dwemer used starlight for power, and the Ethereum accomplished the same goal. It would certainly make sense for such a complex system. But what is in this tower? Does it connect to the mapping room we were interacting with during the College of Winterhold questline? Or is there another, more powerful artifact still hidden away in this cold Dwemer tomb? Our next find is a tragic one, and perhaps slightly better known. Along the coast of the hot spring-laden tundra, we find a single giant. A giant sadly gazing down at a fallen friend. This giant will not be hostile, but due to the nature of simply being a giant, many seem to avoid this area altogether and miss this truly touching moment between a man and his pet. Let's move on and leave them to be together. Further into the waters, we can find a small fortress, or what's left of one. As we approach, skeletons will arise from the dead, ready to defend their lost keep. We see swords thrust into the dirt surrounding a necromantic altar. Now, this is only here thanks to Anniversary Edition. Normally, this ruin is empty aside from skeletons. But just what happened here? From the ruins, we see it looks like this fort was utterly obliterated by something. A nearby dragon or civil war, perhaps? Unlikely. The ruins look far too old. Perhaps the volcanic waters below erupted and tore it apart. Perhaps it was simply an unfortunate casualty in an old war. We may never know, but it does truly demonstrate the dangers of living in such a hostile land. Next up, we have a very strange sight indeed. We come across what seems to be a small fishing shack. However, tragedy has struck. We find a tree crashed through the roof, and a man, rather unfortunately named Lucky Loren's, flattened beneath it. Except in my game, for some reason, he fell through the floor and now he's in the water, but don't worry about that. We can only assume he was sitting and reading his fine literature when this horrific accident occurred. You really have to wonder how he got his nickname. Finally, we head into Windhelm itself to find a very mysterious and ancient wall. No, not this one. What even is that? A low res accounting of the 500 companions? No, we want this wall. This wall has a very interesting secret. When struck, this wall will bleed. Why? Is it a bug? Probably. Or maybe Windhelm has a secret far darker than something like the Butcher. Or it's just a bug, but it's a real weird one, so I figured I'd include it here either way. And that is it. 5 more things you probably missed in Skyrim. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already. and I will see you next time.